Hey to the people coming to you live on Monday nights. It's No Chaser TV. I am Chase, and I'm here with two of my favorite panelists, people I work with all the time, and see what they're talking about. Asia D, what's the tea?
I had tea today.
Oh,
I'll
I can't
let
wait
you
to get into
know. Hey,
it.
y'all.
Cat, what's going on?
Nothing much, just getting in from the gym. I've had a long day, but
Oh my
I'm
God, today.
here. I'm happy.
Yes, today.
Don't
Hey
start
to the
playing
people
with
coming
Rick.
in.
Look at them cabinets. Ooh.
Okay.
We just moved in.
Oh,
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 Yes, thank you.
that looks nice.
you're welcome.
Yeah, look. This side of the house is okay. The rest of the house is a wreck right now.
That's normally how it goes. Well, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We'll do these every now and then, and we'll see how it goes. Mondays at around 7:30ish, 8 o'clock. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, make sure that you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. We got a lot to get into today, and we're gonna go ahead and just get right into it and get started. So before we start with anything, you guys are part of the Summer House panel, and I know that we discussed Summer House being on pause last week, but you guys were not here to give your thoughts on it. So I also wanted to know what you guys thought about the Summer House pause. There have been so many comments um, as well, and I give it to you guys, um, there was a content creator, YouTuber, commentator, whatever you want to call yourself, who stated that she had saw the tweets going around saying that it was based and rooted in racism. And so she made a video, very well done video, dispelling that myth. But is that what people were saying? So we got a lot to talk about when it comes to that. But first, your imminent thoughts on the Summer House pause. Asia, as the woman of the house, I'll let you go first.
Thank you. Um, I know it sounds bad coming from me, but the pause is necessary. Um, I just don't think it needs to be a pause for too long. And I really feel like maybe they could kind of maybe move some of this cast into a testing phase, into like maybe a winter house situation, before they completely recast. So pause. While I agree with it, I don't think the pause needs to be too long. It just needs to be revamped and kind of spill over into something else, so we can test out more people and then bring them back for the following summer. Or shoot, let's have Spring House, or just something else. In terms of it being racist, is that what was that the other thing?
Well, a lot of people felt that it was racist, that they did not, or based in inequality, that they are put on pause when other shows have done, worse in comparison, and have not been put on pause, but have been allowed the opportunity to work through their growing pains until it became a hit, i.e., the original Summer House. They're just now becoming a hit and a conversation piece amongst viewers at large, but it took about 6 to 7 seasons to get there. So, with it only being 2 seasons, a lot of people feel that it may not be fair necessarily that Summer House Martha's Vineyard has been placed on pause. And then when you look over the stretch of other shows that did do better than Summer House, such as OLG, for example, and then outside of the black realm, when people talk about Shaws of Sunset, or they talk about Family Karma, Mexican Dynasties was a show. People are saying that the shows based around POC on Bravo do not get the love that they deserve, hence kind of hinting that it may be racist.
I don't know if it's racist. Um, but who am I to say, because racism exists and that's what we deal with. So even if it wasn't racist, it's going to seem that way. It's going to seem unjust and unfair because that is how we are treated. So whether it be the move that was correct for the show, or it was rooted in some type of prejudice or racist not giving us a chance, it sucks that this is just the norm for us, is what we deal with. So I don't want to say it's not racist. I just want to say this is how they treat people of color, and then this is definitely how they treat Black people, taking us out of that people of color category. Now, I really want to say that part of the issue, I feel like it was a struggle between what the network wants and what the actual viewers want. And I know, Chad, I know you don't like people being fired just because we don't like them. Like, I know that for sure. However, I know that Jordan is not the type of Black girl most Black girls want to see on TV. Amir is not necessarily the um, mixed guy that Black people want to see on television. However, that's who the network wanted. So they were pushing the most unlikable people on us. And I think that's where a lot of those negative reviews come from, week over week. Jordan stank face, but the network likes her. Amir being scared of Black women, but the network likes him. So what do we do with that? I think we're just at a standstill, and they kind of did need to pause the show to figure out like what the viewers want and what the network wants to meet in the middle. And I know that's not what y'all thought y'all was gonna get from me,
Mm.
but that's what I see with my own eyes. Because I don't want to see Amir or Jordan or Shanice, to be honest, on the show. And I really think that it would be beneficial if we move forward with Jasmine and maybe two of her people or three of her people. A Noelle, have Noelle bring somebody in, have Nick bring somebody in, or have Nick bring one person and have Noelle bring two people, and then keep Alex there to see where that Noelle and Alex dynamic goes. That would be how I would move the show forward after a pause. But y'all let me know.
All right. Chad, what do you think? Because I know you have thoughts, honey.
I think the optics of it all looks racist, even if it is not. Um, Especially when we all have eyes and we all see, weekly on Twitter the updates of the views and for all these different shows. So it ends up looking like the network has a thing against people of color because, like you said, the other shows are afforded um, time after time to fail and to fail to fail to fail until they finally get it, until people are finally interested. Um, for instance, I personally had heard of Vanderpump Rules, of course, when it came out because I'm a fan of Lisa Vanderpump and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I didn't hear it consistently until last year when all that stuff happened. And now it's like the biggest thing ever. And I'm just like, maybe they held on to the show for so long because of Lisa Vanderpump and her connections or whatever, but this show clearly wasn't a hit, the way the network probably wanted it to be, but they were able to continue on until they became a household name. Because even with the characters, I never knew any of their names. Now, even with me not knowing who they are and not knowing even how to put a face to the name, I know Tom Sandoval. I've heard, the name so much as to where it's like, it's really just in my brain. So I'm kind of like, y'all, with Summer House, as soon as we get something that is for us, and then all of a sudden, it does moderate or it does not as good as the other shows, then it's canceled. So it's like y'all don't give us time to build up with the cast and build up um with the show in general before y'all take it away from us. Because now I feel like with the pause, it can be necessary, but I also feel like the pause also takes away from it building and it building with an audience, not just it building, but it building with an audience and us getting, to love the characters and fall in love with them. Um, I mean, who's to say if it doesn't come back within a year, will we really even care after
Yeah.
a year and a half, 2 years? Like, it's just one of those things to where I feel like had they put it on a pause after the fourth or fifth season, then it would have been like, okay, you know, Preston is stuck in our heads from 4 seasons, but I don't feel like we got enough time before they put it on a pause so quick. I feel like really season two was really it's taken off stage because last year when it came on, it wasn't a big deal. It was a few of us that watched it, but it wasn't a thing. On Twitter this year, it literally grew so much from the first season. So I was like, clearly there's an interest there. It's not where the network wants it to be, of course, but
Mhm.
there's an interest that has grown over the first season to the second season. So I'm just a little disappointed that this is where we are with it. I don't know if the cast shakeups really is a big thing for me. I'm not really. I didn't have a problem with the cast how it was. I feel like all of them were essentially needed in a sense, so I didn't really have a problem with them, even the ones that I didn't really care for too much. But I'm okay with them recasting certain people, but I'm also okay with the cast as is. Probably take out Summer, but everybody else I'm okay with because they bring a sense of friction that I feel like is needed for reality TV. Asia, I know you said Amir and Jordan, but I feel like those are characters that the names that I hear the most amongst a lot of the cast, and I feel like that is important, even if we don't like them or don't agree with what they do. Because I really Amir turned me off so bad this season as to where I'm like, I don't really care about Amir, but I do think that he's needed in the conversation, especially when he brought Natalie in. It was just a thing to where that's all you heard was Amir, Natalie, Jordan, BS with that. So it's just like I feel like those characters are essentially needed, but that's just me.
I have one question. One
Mhm.
question because I wasn't turning my nose up at Jordan and Amir. But when you said everybody brought something, what did Shanice bring?
Oh,
I feel like Shanice brings. She's that character that's a good supporting character. It's not. I don't need a full on Shanice, moment, but I like the fact that she is fun. I think that she's cute. I think that it's just she's a good minor role person. I don't think she needs to be a main person, but as far as taking her out, I mean, she's the fun to me out of a lot of them. Um, I mean, she's the one that's going to be topless. She's the one that's going to run around doing crazy stuff. I feel like that's, like I said, everybody kind of contributes something. Even if it's not something that I necessarily have to see or want to see, but I feel like they do enough as a cast to make it enjoyable.
Okay.
can I say this? I feel like with Shanice, there for me is a disconnect. I don't. I feel that her personality is genuinely her. I feel that she is all of those things that she comes across as off camera, the good and the bad. You know what I mean? But there's something there that does not allow me to connect to it. If that makes sense. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like there's a
That's fair. I feel
something.
the same way. I'm not really
Yeah.
connected to her, and I don't get a sense of connection to her when I watch her. I just feel like she's a fun girl. Like it's nothing. I don't think she's like when everybody else is having a serious moment. Shanice is not having a serious moment. And I think the most serious thing that we got from her was her getting upset about her friend saying that she couldn't dress. So it's like,
But we all have friends like that.
right. So that's what I'm
We
saying.
do.
She's just that fun girl. I don't think I need to have a connection with her, but I appreciate that she's just a completely different character from the rest of the house.
She's
And
taking up space, and Noel can bring. Noel can like to be for me because Noel gives that same energy. She gives that same energy, but she connects. And on top of that, it would be nice. It would be really nice to see somebody who has that same personality replace Shanice so they can actually connect with the audience. And I know that sounds mean, but I'm seeking for whatever reason when I see these black people my age go on vacation, like I want to see my friend group, and my friend group don't have no airhead hoe um prancing around topless in front of her friends who have girlfriends or wives. So she's just that's why she's my number one to just
but those people do exist.
okay. You see, I personally don't think people run around the vineyard topless. Like that's just one thing we don't hear about. But okay,
Well, I mean, in real, well,
ain't no new beaches out there.
what I'm saying is um in the land, in the field, in real life, maybe yes. In television world, we need a topless person. We need
Okay.
a person that's gonna dance and get on top of a table while somebody's in the corner crying. However, for me, it's just I need that character type. I need that personality. I don't know if Shanice is the one who can give it to me. That's all I'm saying. But I
Man, I
do
mean,
believe that that character should exist within this because that's the remember that was half the problem. Half the people were saying this group is not fun enough.
right.
Shanice is not necessarily fun though. I think she's more of a caricature to me than like an actual fun
Mm.
girl. And I know that sounds mean, but this is a show I actually really like. I like this show. What was the other one that got canceled? Issa Rae show.
Sweet
Sweet
Life.
life.
All of
Like,
us love Sweet Life. I
well,
think all of us did Sweet Life, right?
yeah, we
I
did. So
love Sweet
these are
life.
my kind of shows because it's my age range and like I
Well,
want.
cast Becky, not Becky. What was the girl name? Miami. What Miami had?
Yeah, Miami.
Miami.
Oh yeah, so you see that she would be fun. And she's a little much, but I think somebody like that would be fun. I'm just saying for the most part, I hear what you're saying, Chad, in terms of like a Jordan or a Mir. I think they would be harder to replace, but Shanice would be the easiest girl to replace. And we can replace her
Oh,
over.
for sure. For sure. She definitely will be the easiest one to replace.
It would be different if she gave like Cynthia energy. Like
But that's
Cynthia.
the thing. Maybe we can, and that was my issue with saying with that's what I was saying with the pause. I feel like it's so early. We didn't
It
get
is very
enough
early.
time. We didn't get enough time to really give any of them, in my opinion, a fair shot to see where they can actually go. And I think that Shanice could possibly get there, but
Mm,
after 2 seasons, and this is another thing I want to I want to speak about when it comes to this and where we are in 2024 with reality TV. It's a different ball game. I feel like now these people they get cast on these shows, they go into it a little more mindful of how they'll be portrayed on TV. So they want to get settled first and want to, see how it is, see how editing goes. I mean, who's to say that Shanice didn't really have a lot of moments to connect with and they left it on the editing room floor? So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to, I'm okay with the whole cast coming back because I feel like there's more there um, for a lot of them. We just haven't seen it.
What I think that what really happened. You guys brought up some points about the social media um, chatter about the show. I think what really did the disservice to the show was having the reunion and now putting it on pause. That was everybody was talking about this reunion. Everybody, and I thought that we could have done another season because now I was actually interested because now we're getting the real them. They don't like each other, and I want to see it. You know what I mean? Like I want to see it. And so now that they
mm.
paused it at a pivotal point where this show could have used the momentum that they did, go right back into that house again. It's obviously they don't like each other at this point, and film that. I think that we would have gotten a stronger season three and add in some new people and make some tweaks, obvious tweaks. Like it's been brought up that they film off of peak season, film during peak season when there's events going on in the vineyard.
Like
Um,
right now they should be filming.
Right. And then, people feel like 2 weeks isn't a long time. It is not a long time. So maybe extend it, but if you extend it and people can't take off of their jobs, then pay them enough so they can quit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's fixed around this. However, I understand probably why the budget is what it is when it comes to this show because of the ratings. So if the ratings increase, the budget increases as more seasons go on, and then they get a bigger check, so on and so forth. But I normally hear from a lot of people who do these Bravo shows when they do their interviews, they say the first season that was no money, second season third season, oh that's when money started. You know what I mean? And so to know they were right there to start kind of making some decent kind of money, I guess. I mean, any money is decent money, really. I don't know what they make, but to make some real good, decent money, it was a little disheartening for me. I do think I host a group trip every year, right? And so there are people who come back every year, and then there are people who can't make it this year, and there are some people who don't get an invite this year. You know what I'm saying? So for me to see a revolving door of, this is the core cast, but then these are their friends that come in, and some of them stick, some of them don't. That's normal to me because I mean I don't know. I host a trip every year. The first 5 years we went to the cabin. Last year we did Orlando. This year we're doing New Orleans. And so we have normally the same people who come, and I thank them for always sending their money. But then we also have, people who I'd be like, oh girl, no ma'am, she can't come for this reason. Oh no ma'am, she can't come for that reason. I tried to invite this person, they couldn't come or whatever. And then we also look forward to having new people come in because like we're 7 years in now on this group trip experience that we've been doing every year. And like when new people come, they be like, you bitches are crazy. I love it. So
I think the newness would help a lot. And I think it being a little more centered around the people who live in New York, I think that would help move it along as well. The people who live in New York and their friends that could commute in a little bit easier. I think that would solve a lot of the issues in terms of like us not liking each other. But when you have those people who are close by coming in and out, I think that softens it up a little bit and extending it to at least a month. Like it needs to be like 21 to 31 days of footages, footage.
Agreed.
which
Uh,
means that people gonna have to have the PTO to take off their job to do it.
but you
So
can
if they
get
don't have PTO to do it,
on the ferry
then
and
pay
come
them.
home on the weekends. You know what I mean? Like the
Right.
friends of and stuff like that. But then there are also the Jasmines who Jasmine, let's be honest, like she don't work. She can be there the whole time. Preston, I think he got his own company, so he can be there the whole time. Like there are people who could be there longer. You would have to pay them more, like you said. But also Sean just said they need happy people, and that's what they need. I think the pause is primarily because they don't like each other, and there's really no moving forward when you can't say why you don't like a person.
But they're just starting to say it now.
But
Now
they're
they're
not
starting to say
saying
it.
nothing. What are they saying?
Well, they don't have a reason. You want to get
Exactly.
into it, but yeah, I want to move on from this, but we can get into it real quick because I know y'all didn't. They don't have no reason not to like Jordan. I'm sorry.
Jordan or Jasmine?
Oh, we got reasons not to like Jordan. Jasmine, excuse me.
Yeah,
My opinion, from what I've seen on the screen,
yeah,
it's not translating to me why they don't like her. And I get they could be frustrated, but here's the thing, right? When you have friends and you guys grow older and then life starts happening, there are marriages, there are children, there are boyfriends, girlfriends, deaths, relocations. You figure out a way, if you value the friendship, how to move forward and change when the friendship changes, right? And if
yeah,
you don't, or if there's a block and you feel like, okay, there's a block, and you work it out or you don't work it out, that's one thing. But I don't see where the attempt was to work out who Jasmine has become because she is very common amongst like lots of friend groups. I have a friend, a best friend who, when I met her, she was single. She was that girl. And she still is that girl. But then she got married. She's had children and life changes. I don't get to see her all the time, even though we stay in the same city. I don't get to see her all the time. We talk every now and then. But when I talk to her, the love is still the same. We pick up where we left off. When we get together, we pick up where we left off because we are friends. You get
hmm
what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be mad at you because now you're married and it seems like it's obviously in the words of Teresa Judice, that's something else. Chad. I
yeah.
mean,
Jasmine don't do nothing for me. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I
That's
don't.
I
fine.
Jasmine,
get that.
That's fine.
if she was the one to be replaced, I would be a okay.
That's
Oh,
fine.
She
But
don't
nasty.
do nothing for
there's
me.
it's the like there was nowhere to move forward to because nobody would actually say why they don't like her, like a real reason where the audience could get it. And if they did say it, they didn't say it again in the interviews. They said, or Preston said, because she bought followers. So y'all don't like this hoe because she bought followers. Like I'm very confused about
Now,
that.
did she buy followers and those followers that she bought attacked? Can
No,
it like bots?
no,
Did
none.
they attack them?
No, no. She just
Oh.
Jasmine just reminds me of girls that I know that want fame but like to act like they don't want fame, and it's kind of annoying watching her maneuver and move around because honestly, she shouldn't even been on this season. Silas wasn't there. Silas was the person who made your storyline interesting the first season. Him not being there and then her being pregnant, it was just like, girl, why are you even on this trip? You could have sat this
Oh.
season out. I just didn't get anything from her. Half the time I forgot she was even on the season. Um, yeah, she just reminds me. There's something very conniving about Jasmine. And I
Ooh.
think that she does enough to rub people the wrong way, but she hasn't done anything that they can actually vocalize that would make sense. She's one of those people that you don't really care for, but they still are skating on a line of they haven't done anything, but you irritate the hell out of me.
But it's the same like three people where it just get, because Noelle doesn't feel that way, Alex doesn't feel that way. I don't know how Amir or Nick feels.
They don't really talk to her like that.
It's
Her main
Jordan,
people, those are
Preston,
the ones that are her friends.
and Shanice that are just like she bought friends. I don't know. Like Shanice on the thing was like, oh, well, I just didn't want it to be no drama. Like you've known this girl for 4 or 5 years. Has she ever like started drama between y'all group? Like
Has
if
to
that's
be.
the case, say it, because like one person not liking her is spiraling into multiple people not liking her is weird. And to be quite honest, as the daughter of an alpha and as the wife of an alpha, Preston is not doing his duty. Like they take care of, I have been taken care of by
Oh,
stranger.
I get what you're saying. They're lion, well, not lion brothers, but they're alphas, and he kind of didn't display that
He's
brotherhood
not
with her.
displaying the behavior that I'm used to from that kind of man. And like I've gotten from strangers to ones that I've known to ones that I've just met, I just don't think that his behavior is, it doesn't match what they usually do with the wives of their fraternity brothers or the daughters of their fraternity brothers and the nieces of their fraternity brothers. They tend to look out for the women in their fraternity brothers' lives, and I don't see that happening. And that's where I'm a little taken aback because I'm like, maybe he actually has an issue with Silas and it's translating over to Jasmine, but I really do not.
And I would hope not, because if I had an issue with, well, I don't know, I wouldn't take it out on you. Um, I wouldn't take it out on you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, he
don't
said
know. Or
he
maybe
was
they could have talked about it.
but I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but I wish anybody in my husband's chapter would be like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know his wife. That's my frat brother. I don't know her." Please. That just does not fly. It just doesn't.
I mean, Preston is also a human before being an alpha. So at the end of the day, there's reasons. There could be reasons why he don't like somebody, and if that outweighs my brotherhood with you, that's just what it is. I
Yeah,
mean, we clearly saw Wendy and Gizelle, and both AKAs, and did all that on TV. To me, from what I know of AKAs, they don't. That would have never been a thing on national TV.
they
The
do
way
that.
they've dragged it out, but I'm saying on national
Each
TV, I know that they do it,
other.
but I think that it's the
They
thing
wouldn't
to
have put
where
that
we have
business. So
to.
they got the other show canceled, sorority sisters.
So that's what I'm saying. Is like there's so much that you would do. I'm sure there's plenty of them that don't like each other. That's just common. But on TV, I think there was a little bit too much. I think that with the Preston and Jasmine and Silas thing, I mean, sometimes you really just don't mess with people, and that's gonna come before. If I don't like you, I don't care that my frat brother is also an alpha. I get it. We have this vow to each other and all that, but at the end of the day, I don't f with your wife. I f with you, and there has to be some type of reason. I just know that there has to be
Yeah,
some
we
type of good
we would all
reason.
like to know. We would
We
like
want to
to
know.
say it.
We want
You need
we
to
do
say
want to
it
know.
But
But
because
see,
that's only the
to not
treatment
invite
to
her
me.
on a whole trip. What did they go? Jamaica or
yes,
Mexico or something? To
they went
not
to Jamaica.
invite to single somebody out and not invite them, y'all don't like her. And I know that there has to be a good reason why
It doesn't
that
have
they
to.
didn't.
I would hope
It
so.
do.
It
It
don't.
have to be.
You could just be a mean girl. In that case,
Well,
I've
that's
been
true.
here. You could just be a mean girl. You don't have to have a real reason. Because if you had a real reason, you would. Like I said, it's gonna take, if you really don't like somebody's wife, your brother's wife, you would just be like, I don't like her. But you're not gonna go out telling her business, like actually putting her on front and not saying the actual reason. That's why to me the behavior is throwing me off, as I'm not in that bond, but I've seen what that bond does to people and like how they take care of each other and or each other's like family, and that's not what I'm seeing displayed here.
Well, now listen here. I have something that we're going to move right on. I think where the crux is on the television side and why it's not entertaining is because when you're on a show, um, it would have been interesting to see it be said, I'm not really rocking with her, but that is my frat brother's wife, so I'm going to give it a try and watch them try to make it work and it not work. So I
Some
don't know who dropped the ball on that, but that's a storyline in itself. You get what I'm saying?
It's just something like you could.
Does
It's
that
like
mean producing? You
We're
know, I
getting
don't know.
nothing. We're getting. I don't like her. I don't know her. I don't like her. Woo! I wish. I wish one would.
All right, you guys.
On the
Well, we're
phone.
gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. And I sure hope we're moving right, because y'all know I can't see. All right, we're gonna see.
Point to that.
Oh, pray. Here we go. All right, you ready? All right, we did it right. So we're gonna do eight or late as the Married to Medicine ladies had the Med Gala over the weekend, hosted by Dr. Jackie and her co-chairs. All right, yeah. Production producer tonight now. I know that's right. Yes, I'm a little excited, child. Anyway, so the Med Gala was hosted over the weekend by Dr. Jackie and her co-chairs. It was $225 a pop, i.e., open to the public, and all of the people who still wanted to be on camera were there as well, as you see in the shot. Because I cropped out some of them, I think, but oh well. But you know, a lot of the people were there, past and present, from Married to Medicine Future, and we're gonna do eight or late because we have some of these looks, and we're gonna get right into them. Here we have Dr. Heavenly with Daddy. Um, Asia 808.
8.
8.
She looks good.
That
She looks
I
big.
thought they looked great. 808. I mean, they ate that. I just wow. I would venture to say that that's the best I've ever seen Dr. Heavenly look.
Probably
Probably,
hair,
yeah.
hair, cleavage. The dress is giving a little fashion over, but it's okay. It is okay because she looks good.
All right.
Like, oh, sorry,
I didn't even wait. Hold-
my
Good
bad.
lord. Good
That's
lord. Well, go ahead, Asia, the sweet tea.
bad. No, no, girl. Cause what was the thing? Cause that what was that?
I don't know what the theme was, but they showed up in a lot of stuff.
was
But I don't even know what the theme was. I'll be honest with you.
it was the theme clutter,
I don't, it was a lot.
chaos in the ER? Like what? No,
No, Chad.
Chad. I think he said.
Late.
He was getting into it.
I was really trying to understand.
You was looking for the
Honey,
theme.
I was trying to understand.
wait, what did Jay say, Chad? Later than Lauren Hill. Ship it out here. Late. Phaedra Parks. Chad, 808.
Late for me.
That's an 8
Asia?
for Asia. 8.
Okay. I just don't know who Phaedra Parks is anymore. And you know, I embrace change. I really do embrace change, and I don't think that you have to be. It's not 2008 anymore. You know, she's not losing cases for Bobby Brown anymore. I understand, but it's just the transition from Southern Belle. What did Shamia say? Southern Belle today, stripper tomorrow, hooker tomorrow, whatever she said. Like it has just really blown my mind.
She is hot
Um,
girl Phaedra.
right, hot girl Phaedra, and you know what? Everybody deserves to go get their hot girl on. So I'm not gonna take it away from her. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it. I'm really on the fence with it. I don't know. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna say she 8. I'm gonna say she 8.
I mean,
Now this who really
came
popped out. What you say, Asia?
I said what we just came from with T next to heaven. I mean, next T
Oh,
heavenly.
okay. In comparison,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. You're gonna have to give it an 8 because girl.
Now Quad wore this jumpsuit. I don't know what you call it, with the floral apparatus. But not only did she pop out with florals, she popped out with a man, and we're gonna get into that in just a little bit as well. But first of all, Asia 808.
8.
All right, Chad 808.
Her and the man 8.
I'm gonna give Miss Quad. Miss Quad, she got it and she got him. But
I'm
I
giving
want to know this, and I'm gonna say it. Y'all gonna be mad as hell. I don't give a damn Is he a doctor? Because I feel like if he is not a doctor, then you know what? It needs to be like when people get divorced and then they get remarried again, they lose their money. Because at this point, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't understand. I'm not really a stickler for formats of shows, but I
I
really feel
mean,
like we
it.
should be married to medicine in some sort of a capacity on married to medicine. And so, I mean, she was formerly married to medicine. I don't know how I feel about it, but I hope he's a doctor because that would be great. If he's not a doctor, I'm happy that she's happy. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just feel like we could move Quad somewhere else and still get on his quad fix. I don't know. Chad, what do you think?
I agree to a certain extent. I feel like with Married to Medicine specifically, it was the one show that was true to the name, and it was true to the name for what 9 seasons
Yes,
before Phaedra came on, and I think that now it's just whatever. I think if they're gonna keep Phaedra, you have no choice but to keep Quad, who's familiar with the cast, familiar with the fan base
absolutely.
of the cast. So I think at this point it's just like whatever. But I do agree with you. I think that it would be great if he's married. I mean, I'm sorry, if he's a doctor.
Oh
um,
my God.
it would be great if he's a doctor. Um, but if he's not, I'm okay with that too, as long as she's happy. Because Phaedra ain't got nobody
Oh,
but the white. So I don't really understand it.
she popped out with Dwight. Lord Jesus, Asia.
I think she was married to medicine, and I think
Mhm.
that's enough. Just like basketball
Okay,
wives, none of them are married on there,
okay.
but they were all at some point involved with basketball. So, and to be honest, Quad said she used to sell medical devices or something like that. So she medicine.
All right. Okay.
She
Listen,
technically
I'm not.
medicine. She retired. She got retired out, but she medicine. So,
Okay, all right.
and Phaedra is a doctor. She's just a juris doctor.
Child.
Okay, now you done lost it.
Is married to medicine, married to medicine,
Well, she
not
was
My
Dr.
the
Phil.
head
love.
doctor. Remember?
Oh, she do Reiki, right?
Speaking of,
Yeah, she knew.
I saw a picture of her from I mean, from when she was younger. She definitely was a head doctor.
Was she fine?
She was a head doctor. You could tell from the picture. She was one of those girls you could tell was a head doctor.
I mean, she was fine. She was fine.
That's not what that means. That's not how I take it.
That's
That's
not
what
how I
I.
take it either.
That's not how I take it. You know what they say, and somebody will get mad at me. I, mm,
Okay, let's
mhm.
finish these girls. Sorry, late. Next is late. I'm already first second.
I
Denise,
want to say it, but that's a
girl.
little bit too much,
Chase, I
even
feel
for
like you
me.
about to get real disrespectful. So
It was gonna be real bad. Actually, it was really bad. It was really bad.
next, next photo.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, now I'm happy for you, production, but I didn't tell you to do that. Nah, because I told the show. Now you there. Wait a minute. But thank you. Oh, look at you getting caught. All right. Dr. Jackie ate late. I forgot she was even on here. Dr. Jackie ate her late, Asia.
I'm giving her a 8.
Yeah,
Eight, eight,
yeah, 8. That's the best I've seen her look in a long time, actually, too.
She looks healthy.
agreed.
And last but not least, for the pictures that I was able to gather, oh no, not last but not least, go ahead and throw Toya up. I think I have Toya, right?
Nervous.
Go ahead and throw Toya up since you want to work so hard tonight. Thank you. Ow,
Late,
ow, production. Ow, ow. Okay, Chad, what'd you say?
late, trying too
and
damn hard.
Asia. Asia.
For me,
Exactly.
it's a late, and it's a late for both of them.
No.
Yes,
Hmm.
Oh,
I'm with Asia. It's a late
y'all
for
gonna be
both
so
of
mad at
them.
me.
That is not because how many accessories do you have to order from Fashion Nova? You could have just did the dress and we'd have been fine. You didn't need the church lady hat and the jacket with the big flower on it. It's just
But you see, Asia, I kind of like Darkwing Duck.
no, I don't.
But you like Darkwing Duck, honey. Oh my
She
God.
do look like Darwin does. She look like she about to. Uh,
I
she
will
looks like she's
pass.
flying into a bed of gold coins. Like she looks ridiculous. Like what that Toya? I don't. I know we're not really talking about the characters on Married to Medicine right now.
Yes.
She just gives me the like very much a doctor's wife because she has like no real skills at all. Like you can't even dress well. Can't even dress
Oh,
well.
Sean said she ate.
Who said that? No, she was talking about somebody else.
Oh,
I'm just
Tori B, stop begging for Demetria to throw your comments up now. You can't bribe him. If he like it, he's gonna put it up for sister. Okay. All right. And last but not least, we have Dr. Alicia, 808. Let's go ahead and throw Dr. Alicia up for the 808.
Latoya looked like she going to a funeral.
And that, all right, Asia, 808 for Dr. Alicia.
Hey, I like that. I like that a lot.
Very Minute Riperton.
Hmm.
Chad, 808.
I'm in the middle. I don't hate it. I think she's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love her skin. I love her features. Um, I mean, I love the simplicity of it. I'm just not crazy over it, but I'll say eight.
All right. And I'm glad that we have Dr. Alicia because I do have an exclusive. And I was, you guys ready for that exclusive?
Yes.
Because it was exclusively confirmed to me today by Dr. Alicia herself that she will not be returning to Married to Medicine. I have been doing
Oh,
some snooping around on the scene to figure it out. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to ask her myself. And today she did officially confirm to me that she would not be returning. And I, for one, am sad that Dr. Alicia will not be returning to Married to Medicine because if we remember, they sent Quad packing in San Francisco after they didn't get her no room and no bed or whatever they did, however they did her. And Dr. Alicia's microphone was turned off all the first half of the season. Oh, but when they turned that microphone on that second half of that season, I
Mhm.
really feel like Dr. Alicia and Sweet Tea really stepped up the second half of the season and carried it. Dr. Alicia and her husband and their marriage and how it was different and their views on marriage and things like that. And Dr. Alicia, she did kind of read heavily and Toya down on multiple occasions throughout the second half of the season. And then, of course, Sweet Tea versus Dr. Jackie and so on and so forth. But I really am sad to see Dr. Alicia go because it was a fresh storyline. It
Mhm.
was, she was smart, she was eloquent, she's beautiful, she could dress, you know what I mean? And she didn't suffer fools. And I think that when we talk about Summer House and how they didn't get an opportunity, her mic was cut off the whole first half of that season. And then when they cut it on, she gave us great content, and which means in my mind that they were saving what she was doing to for the second half of the show. So they knew that she had value. And so I'm not sure why Dr. Alicia is not returning. Some people, well, I mean, it could be maybe the husband didn't want to return. Hopefully, it wasn't a network decision and it was a family personal decision. But I am disappointed because it looks like, oh my God, I forgot to have that picture up here. Good Lord. I wish I had a picture of Dr. Contessa, y'all, because baby, if y'all saw what she had on,
I thought she
ooh
looked
wee.
good.
Now with them heels,
I didn't see the heels. I just saw the actual.
oh boy, those heels ruined it. But I think Dr. Contessa will be back this season. She's been to multiple events, unless she just pops up everywhere and paid for this one to be at. But no offense to Dr. Contessa, but I think what kind of holds this show in a holding pattern is the fact that it doesn't move forward with new people, right? Um, it's very hard. Like, okay, if we just go down the list, there's been Audra who didn't make it back. There now Dr. Alicia who didn't make it back. Back in the day, Janice didn't make it back. Jill didn't make it back. They don't really, I mean, and then the ones who do make it back, in my opinion, don't deserve to come back. Like, what is her name? What's Bargain
Anila.
Basement Mariah name? Yeah, Anila.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
So
It
that's to
seems
me,
like
and
they
that's
give the
been
people. I'm sorry.
no, I'm. You actually can go ahead, but
I'm
I
about to
just
say
want to
it seems
before you
like
go
they give
ahead,
the
just
people.
confirm that she did confirm to us here at No Chaser TV that she would not be returning. Okay, go ahead, Chad. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say that I feel like they give the people that were actual castmates. They give them, opportunities to come back and be filmed and all that.
That's true. Because they really, I want to say it, and I don't care. Brought Contessa back well past her expiration date, in my opinion. I know she's a fan favorite. I know people like her,
Is
but
she? She's a fan favorite?
people, well, I mean, people do like her, but I always felt like the
She
storylines were either super contrived and super confusing, and that's what I always felt about the
No,
storylines.
to me, no.
she
Maybe at one
definitely
point.
she definitely was a fan favorite. Last season or season before she left.
It had to be the season before because that last season was terrible.
Oh,
She,
the
Mm.
last season was the one with Scott singing.
Oh,
yeah, that was a bad.
That was bad.
She signed her own pink slip with that season. I'm sorry, she did. Like I think we all knew she wasn't coming back because of how she performed or how
But
he.
she quit, right?
she says that she left to become, the Surgeon General or something like that.
Yeah, I would say she
I think
wasn't
that's what she
fired.
said. I don't know.
She wasn't. From what I remember, I don't believe she was fired.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they offered. She was demoted. I think Dr. Heavily put out there. WBCO, I love that you're at work tonight. Um, Go ahead and give me allegedly before I get to talking. I know that's damn right. Okay. Uh, but according to Dr. Heavily, I believe it was allegedly she was demoted and she declined the demotion.
Okay.
That makes sense.
But now she back, and
I will say Dr. Contessa did one thing for a lot of girls, and she showed that you don't have to stop at where you at. You can keep going and keep doing new jobs and go to school for something else and have your family and irritate your husband in the process. So kudos to Dr. Contessa for showing girls that they can get on their man nerves and still get a fifth degree.
very driven. I'll tell you that she's very driven. I wish she would just keep driving away from the camera crew and
Oh my
set.
God, Chase.
I,
Wait, Chad, do you like her? Do you like Dr. Contessa?
I love Dr. Contessa.
mm-mm, mm-mm. It
Love
didn't
Dr.
make no sense.
Contessa.
Let me tell you what really pissed me off, Chad. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let me tell you what pissed me off. You ready? I got to ask you if you ready about it. Because what pissed me off about that lady was her and her husband argued that whole season about her going to Alabama for night school, and he was upset that the children, he had to watch his children, and well, they already ate, so don't bring them McDonald's. They already ate, and you're not tapped in. And I'm doing everything by myself, and that stretched for like 12 episodes, and then the season finale, episode 13. You know what happened? You know what they said?
What they say?
Let's just get a nanny. Motherfucker.
But they had already had a nanny before.
Yeah, Donnell
Donnell Jones'
Jones.
mama.
That lady said she didn't come there to be no that by the damn nanny.
Who was she
She
came to
didn't
be?
know. That's the tea that is allegedly still up good. Because the teas on the street alleged that she she was their nanny at one point, but when she was coming around to film, she did not think that she was coming around to be the nanny. So when they were treating her as the nanny and calling her the nanny, she was genuinely confused on camera, and that's why she was acting out. She just thought she was coming like as the mother figure for Contessa because unfortunately Contessa's mother passed away. And so she looked at herself as a motherly figure, but she didn't know that she was being presented as the nanny. That's why there's a scene at Mariah's house. She
Oh,
said, "I'm just a low level nanny," like that.
okay.
Didn't
Never
know
knew that.
that.
Again, contrived. I do not like it.
Hmm.
Hmm. I
And
mean, but
then
she
she
not
tried to
the
take down Dr.
she not
Heavily.
the only person that's
She's
been a
not the
little
only person, but
contrived.
this is bad.
Chad said he still like her. Okay,
No,
that's
I'm
That's
right for her, but I'm telling you why I can't.
I want to
that's
see the
my
heels
girl.
because I like the dress. I'm sorry, I'm going back to the photo because I like that.
Um, God, Lee, those heels were really bad. As a matter of fact, well, we're gonna go. We can do that. I can get that for you guys. I'm gonna get it for y'all because I want you to see that I know I wasn't damn crazy when I saw them big old heels. I said I know she lying. So while we're still doing 808, we're gonna move on. And while we're doing that, I want to get these heels because y'all got to see them, baby. Cause wasn't nothing kidding about them. You hear what I'm saying to you? Alrighty. Let's go ahead and do this because I brought this as a backup.
Is it Anila?
No,
Okay. Oh.
we don't. We don't discuss Bruno. What is it? We don't talk about Bruno.
No, no,
We
no.
don't talk about right. We don't talk about no dealer. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. I need y'all. seeing my ugly face when I'm looking for something.
Because you know Chase gonna be in the camera like this.
Hey, we're doing my best, damn it.
What do you want, girl?
Is that your doggy?
Yeah, she doing the most.
Aww.
She wants
She,
you.
she don't know how to just chill.
Well, y'all got her in a new home.
Say
Oh,
hey.
hi
Say hey.
Oh, that's the one with the stank walk. Hey, boo.
girl. Now it's the stank
Say
one.
That's my
say,
dog. Okay, I
say
don't
hey to
scare
the
dogs.
say hey to the fans of No Chaser TV.
What's her name?
This is Regina George.
Oh
Oh,
goodness.
Lord Jesus. And that's why she walked like that.
Wow.
I
This
wish
is
we had that
Regina
video because that was
George.
hilarious to me.
Not the Mean Girls doggy.
And that's exactly what she is, a mean girl, because she bullies my boy.
And he let her?
I think you got a thing for Mean Girls. I think you do.
Oh.
I think you do. I'm noticing a theme. The movie, your favorite caricatures on
Not
TV
caricatures.
caricatures. Like you might have a thing for Mean Girls because you know I love me some Preston, but he is a mean girl. Okay,
You think Preston is a mean girl?
Preston in real life. Yes, he's a mean girl. You know Preston in real life. You know he's a
Pres-
mean girl.
I think Preston
Uh-oh.
is
Quit
one
while
of
you
those
ahead.
Preston is one of those people that is so very intelligent compared to a lot of what
Everybody
he's
else.
around. And I think that it comes across as mean girlish, but I relate to that because
Cause
I'm
you a
kind of
mean
the
girl.
same way
Cause you
sometimes.
a
But
mean girl
no,
too. Locked it.
no,
I
I am not
relate
mean.
because I am a mean girl too.
So is it snooty?
I don't know what the word is. It's
No,
more of
y'all
a
just you guys are part time mean girls. I'll say that. How about that?
okay. I can
Maybe
accept
just on
that.
Wednesdays. Y'all can be
I
mean
can
girls on Wednesdays, and it's
I can
okay.
accept that.
I'm
It's
glad
I
I'm
can
not
accept
one.
that
Whew.
okay.
I'm glad I'm not a
because
mean girl.
Preston is very matter of fact.
Yeah,
And production is
those
on it because
are
hey,
those are some terrible shoes. I did not see
Yeah,
those. I
I
love
didn't see
that
those
dress.
either.
what are those?
I absolutely hate the shoe.
Why would she put them old big old bubbles on her feet like that and get down to the bed? And that's further reason why she should not be filming. I'm sorry.
Oh, I did not see them shoes, baby. I saw her face and I saw her dress.
The face and the dress from head
Yeah,
to kneecap, she was beat.
beat. That's I did not see them shoes.
Yeah,
They
she got it wrong with the shoes.
Ooh, she got it so wrong. Cause what season is it? Is that fur on sandals?
Damn,
I
my girl got
oh
it so
wait, Toy B
wrong.
is gonna be for years. I've been
She got
saying
them from Baker's. Y'all think she got them shoes from Baker's and she just pulled them
that
out?
still exists.
Asia Baker's is not around
I
anymore.
know. I'm saying she had them saved.
She
She
pulled them
had
out the
them saved in
closet.
that box. She got them at the closeout sale.
Charlotte
Like,
Russe.
I'm not doing that with y'all. You being a mean girl, Asia.
I can
Oh,
openly
catch.
admit who I am.
You
It's y'all
said
that
Baker's. Baker's is so trying it.
she got them babies from Baker's, honey. Okay. Y'all need. Oh,
Child.
you should get her casted on Winter House with them dang on shoes.
Because that's what everybody in Winter House wear. Oh, did you see some of those Summer House reunion looks? We're gonna move on from 8 to 8. We're gonna move on from 8 to 8. We're gonna go to Pump It or Dump It. Because one of these singles dropped, and Meg Thee Stallion has been in the news lately. I'm gonna let Chad explain what is going on with this AI situation and why she was rapping Cobra. But they dropped this song, and we're gonna do Pump It or Dump It. So did you get a chance to listen to it, Asia, and do you like it?
I heard it.
So is you
Asia's
pumping it
mouth.
or is you dumping it?
I'm gonna listen to the original one.
Are you gonna pump this one or dump this one?
Um, I'm gonna dump it.
Oh, evil. Chad, pump it or dump
Pump, pump it up.
it. Hey,
I'm
Production,
pumping it.
move that real quick.
I play this every day in the gym.
Production, move that picture real quick. Did he move the person? Did he move Asia? Not
Not the photo.
that. Okay, I'll do it. Don't worry about it, baby. He's still learning. Pump, Pump it up. I'm gonna pump it. I'm gonna have to
That's
hear it
my
anyway. I go to the club, so
that's my tune.
I
pump
just
it.
like the
Oh,
original. I think with this one, I like the original. It just seemed like they just threw her at the beginning and that's it. I like
well,
the.
Cardi B been rapping lately, huh? What you think?
Her verse goes off to me. I love it.
Because
You
that's
know
the most
what?
anybody's talked about. Go ahead, Asia.
Well, I wanted it. I'd rather have it like just not right at the beginning. Maybe that's what it is for me. Like I
No,
wanted.
I can agree with that. I did. The more I hear it, the more I was like, why they put her at the beginning?
Yeah, and that's what it is because I like her verse. I just don't want to hear it when I'm used to the
Maybe
other
in the
songs.
middle.
Yeah, I just want them in the middle a little bit. That's all, and that's the
You
only
know,
reason it's a dump it for me. If I'm being honest, because her verse does go hard. It's just not the first thing I want to hear. I want to hear the original song, and he sprinkled my girl Cardi B in.
you know what's so funny about the song? You know, at the end when they do the "Go Meg, Go
Yeah.
Meg, Go." So the first time I heard it, Cardi's verse, of course, comes on, and I was jamming to it. So then now, of course, I know the original song word for word, just about with Glow and Meg. So when by the time it goes to Glow, then they do the chorus, then Meg comes on. So when it got to the Go Meg, Go Meg, Go Meg, get them glow, get them glow. So then when Cardi comes back up and she's like, Go see, go, I had totally forgot that she was even on the song
Because
because
it's been so
it,
long.
yeah, it was so long from the beginning. So when it got to that part, I was like, it kind of caught me off guard. I was like, who the fuck is C? And then I was like, oh, okay, duh. It made more sense, but I was definitely thrown off the first time I heard it.
They probably should have built up like started with Glorilla, then Meg, and then Cardi, and then the go to the album.
Yep, exactly. Like it being the first. I was like, dang,
Because
because you
now you're
told me to listen to
anticipating
it.
that verse,
So
and when
immediately
you
it was
hear
like,
it,
yeah, it's Cardi. What up?
yeah, that's the most anybody talk about. BS is a whole lot of money, eh?
Who?
I
Huh?
see what you did there.
No, for real. What did you say?
I'm not falling for him. I just know what he did. So, uh, she was like, "Don't nobody want to be her." She was talking about the rapper Bia.
Oh,
So, all right, you guys. So we have been following the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And thank you for Adelaide. Go ahead and remove that pump it or dump it for me on Kind Production. Thank you. We've been discussing the Real Housewives of Atlanta because, as we know, last Thursday, the Kenya Moore Hair Spa event took place. And there have been so many rumors as to what's happened, what has not happened. And so finally, we have, I guess, a clearer picture. But to me, the picture's not really clear. And that's because I can already see anyway as it is. And so I'm glad that I have Asia and Chad up here to help me make some sense of this because I am still confusion. Is that a coincidence? I ask you. So it got out that allegedly a gun was threatened, gun violence was threatened from Brittany Eady to Kenya Moore. That's been dispelled. And then it got out that Kenya Moore allegedly was had posters blown up of explicit images of newcomer Brittany Eady performing fellatio. And Kenya Moore has denied that as well. But we have some audio, and I kind of miss Nene Leak sometimes. We have some audio, and we're going to play it from the event. You are paying for all contact. Brittany does escort. There's an IG who put her emails out on that. She charges $1,400 for appointment. You not only a hoe, you a cheat. You all covers the magazines, being a star, I'm on covers of every magazine. You all of those things. Okay? You over here on Snapchat. Your Gotti was like, Snapchat me that pussy and you did. All right. So it sounds like I heard one half of the new dynamic duo, Portia, saying, "Is that a P word?" Y'all know what the P word is. Is that a P word? Is what I felt like I heard her say. Um, so if Kenya is saying that she did not do that. This is a picture of what was blown up. Allegedly, that damn Kenya Moore. Wow, that's insane. But this is what allegedly was shown at the event. I guess alleging the new girl Brittany of this, amongst other things, in a conversation that we were overheard hearing, and it sounded like I heard one half of the dynamic duo now because they're the dynamic duo now, you guys. Asking, is that a p word? Are we buying what Kenya Moore is selling? Because Kenya Moore is saying that she has not, nor ever has solicited or shown any pictures of anyone or distributed any revenge porn, as she was accused of doing. So, where are we now with this, knowing that that's come out? Are we believing Kenya? Chad, what are we thinking about this?
I'm believing Kenya. I do want to say beforehand that I vaguely know what's going on. When it comes to the shows, I'm not a big spoiler person. I don't really like to do a lot of, hearing what's going on before it airs and all that. I'm a little old school. All the spoilers kind of annoy me, so I haven't been paying close attention. But I know this kind of blew up, so I've been paying enough attention, and I'm Team Kenya more, and I also believe her, because Kenya's too intelligent to do something that dumb.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was believing her, but that audio kind of threw me off a little bit, Asia.
I think what happened with because I did hear the audio, I think what happened was Kenya may have showed an ad, because it was confirmed today, came out of nowhere, came across my timeline. The girl really was an escort,
Oh,
and they actually posted a video of her escort video,
uh,
and I was like, whoa. I was kind of gagging about it. Um, so I think Kenya, knowing how to work the system and how to get around things, I think she posted the ad, but that's not revenge porn, babe. So
that's not revenge porn, babe. Asia, is there a place on the Real Housewives of Atlanta for alleged escorts? That-
For me, no. I don't think that is a fair question to ask me, but I will answer it. And for me, no, I just miss old school housewives. I even miss housewives before Kenya's antics, if I'm being honest. Like, hear her yell out, "You're a prostitute." How, like, that's the main thing about her that I don't like. I love the fact that she's like a pretty, like, beautiful, chocolate, long haired, intelligent girl from Detroit and a pageant winner and all those things. But when she goes low like that, like, it just, I personally am disappointed in those particular antics. In terms of the girl being an escort, like, of course Kenya is gonna call that out. Like, that is just who Kenya is. She doesn't like stuff like that because she's that really pretty, beautiful, chocolate, worked hard type of girl. Um, and a show with Kenya on it, I don't think there is room to have somebody who is an escort on there as well. I don't. It's not gonna go over well with somebody like Kenya on that show. She's gonna say insurance fraud hoe, whatever. Like, this like that insurance fraud hoe is very Kenya esque, and it's the things that I don't like about her. To be honest, man, I just wish they would just cast one of Kenya's friends and call it a dang on day, so we wouldn't have to go through stuff like this. To be honest,
But
like,
here's what, Asia. I
much.
played this video like at least 5 times over the last week. I'm gonna play it one more time because I actually feel like this was done in retaliation. It sounds like from what I've been hearing, and I totally agree with you, Chad. I really, and I put a tweet out. I beg you, please stop Please stop spoiling the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Thank
Please stop spoiling the Real Housewives of Potomac, because also that means I'll have to report on it if you don't. But you know, some things, if you know things, it's okay if you know things to not say things. You know, we all have people that we know, and we know things and we don't say it. You know, and it's okay to do that. And I think that's one of the things that shows like Married to Medicine benefits from. We didn't know that girl had got put out in San Francisco, like they put her out. We didn't know that she came to the thing, rolled up in the castle, and popped out and told the girls,
you.
I forgive y'all for everything you ever done to me. But if it's, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what made the season so much more enjoyable, because we didn't know she showed up to that girl's housewarming. I mean, not housewarming, but bachelorette. Like, we just didn't know those things, and those things made the season pop. Like, people were buzzing when it happened because we didn't know it happened. And so I really want them to put a rein on it. I actually am starting to think that these leaks, even they're bad even for Atlanta and Potomac at this point, right? They're
I
bad
don't
even
I
for
don't plan
them.
on watching either of them, at least the first half, because of my personal feelings, but definitely because of these leaks. It's just giving desperate. It's not what I want to see. Just
I
as
think it's coming. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
a viewer, like there are certain reasons that I like reality TV, and what I'm getting in these tidbits every 2 or 3 days is not what I like. So it's letting me know that it's probably time for me to reevaluate what I want to subject my
So
brain and my eyes to.
I understand that. I think that at this point, it's starting to feel like the leaks are being, well, not the leaks, but the cast members being so forthcoming about what's coming. I think they're doing it with the hopes of getting them to gain our interest back. But I honestly think that the way that the interest is going to be regained is by having the proof actually be in the pudding and having a good season. And that's the only way you're going to be able to redeem the bad faith that has been built up over the last years with these shows. However, I wanted to say that I feel like the reason why Kenya went so hard is because of what Portia said about uh, Kenya and the New Girls.
How is it being around Kenya again? So, I let me just say this first. I know that some of you guys were complaining about us spilling too much tea about the new season, but I can't keep it to myself. You know what? I like me some Kenya, honey. I like me some twirl. We have been having a good time, and my intentions are to keep it on the up and up, okay? And I believe that is her intention as well. But life be life and friendships be friendshipping, you know? So we're building, we're getting to know each other in a totally different way. And I don't know, it's like good to be able to kiki. So I'm enjoying being around Kenya. She is still Kenya, honey, okay? She is very much, I don't want to give away too much, but she is, how do you do it when you go, you know, you got to gather? Yeah, she's gathering. Not me, but, you know, she's definitely gathering around here. I will say that. Yeah, gathering them up, honey, gathering the children.
That's
So
my
what
first
I
time
believe is
seeing
these
that.
new girls they cast are thirsty, and I feel like Kenya Moore had to let them know what time it was. And so for that, as long as she did not engage in revenge porn, as she says that she did not do, then I'm rocking with Kenya Moore on this
She
one
said she
until I
ain't
see
do it,
different.
but she ain't do it. Let's just hope she really didn't do it. Like I don't see her doing that. Like
I don't either. I didn't believe it when I heard it. Could you go ahead and read that statement for me, Asia?
I would never engage in revenge porn. I have never distributed private images or footages, sorry, or footage of anyone, nor solicited images owned by others to use to threaten or blackmail. I have always been vindicated. I can't talk about story even with people. I can't see the bottom of it. Oh, plenty
Planting fake
fake
news.
business.
Thank you,
Hashtag
Ted.
sweet 16 fire emoji.
Thank you guys for
Asia,
reading that for the
Asia, you think
viewing
you on the
public.
circle?
All right.
You got it.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah,
the Real Housewives
I
of
just don't
Atlanta.
see, I just don't see Kenya doing anything that dumb. And then for her to
Yeah.
follow it up when she followed it up with the tweet, the whole beginning part of that tweet let me know that Kenya did something. She didn't
Oh,
do
she did
that though.
something.
did something. She did it as legal as possible with her means.
Yeah, she did it as
She probably
legal
Mean.
as
said, "Well, legal team
possible.
was like, when can I get away with it?"
Kenya, if you're watching, unblock me
Oh,
with your mean self.
She did something because this is a tweet from Drew Sadora. Chad, could you read that, please?
I'm flabbergasted and floored. Drew is always flabbergasted and floored. Girl.
Your
That's
husband
gonna
was
be
in
like, are
Tampa
you
for
team
3
Drew
days,
too?
right?
Huh?
Huh?
How long was Ralph in Tampa?
Exactly. So, girl, you could be flabbergasted and floored by anything. Like,
And
you
would
know,
tell him what he was doing, who
you're
he was
not,
with.
you're not flabbergasted and floored enough.
Oh my God. Give me one. Contessa, Drew.
As far as what?
Just give me one. Pick one.
I'm gonna say Dr. Contessa.
I don't even like Contessa, but I'm rolling Contessa on that. Good Lord.
I like
Oh,
Drew
Lord.
though, but yeah, she a mess.
Oh gosh, Chad.
I don't. I'm a little easy. It takes a lot for me not to like somebody on reality TV. Like a
But you
lot, a
don't like
lot.
Jasmine?
I'm not gonna say I don't like her. She just don't bring nothing. She doesn't do anything for me. But I'm not gonna say I don't like her.
He don't like her. I said it for him. He don't like her.
No, I don't have a problem with anybody on Summer House as far as like
Oh,
not liking.
Jasmine, you know what I was thinking about?
Who?
Drew Sadora.
Oh,
I know. I like Drew. Drew's a little corny, but I like Drew.
okay.
I ain't never
She
liked Drew. I
she
gotta be
she a
honest.
tourist, so I'm giving her a pass.
Is she really?
She is.
She got child. She
Are you a Taurus? I thought you was an Aries.
she got
I'm a
child that
tourist. My
bad.
birthday starts tourist.
Oh, boo boo. All right, you guys. Well, our last topic of the day. Thank y'all for tuning in and rocking with us on live today. I appreciate it. All the people in the room. Hey, Dimitri. Hey, Tori Beek. As a matter of fact, could someone read Dimitri's comment for me that's going to be posted on the screen?
Brittany threatened her with the gun comment, but she has never did anything like to Marlo. Makes no sense.
Okay, never mind. I like Drew, said Sean. I believe that, Sean. I believe you
What
would
that
like her.
you, Sean?
I believe you would like her, Sean.
Sean, that's on track for you.
No, don't. Well, the reason, yeah, it would because Sean like Melissa Gorga. So if you like Melissa Gorga, you
Yeah.
might like Drew Sadora.
Chad like the
Who's
same
who's
kind of people, and so do Sean.
who's Melissa Gorga?
Exactly. Thank you.
No, who is that?
You don't watch New
Teresa's
Jersey?
sister-in-law.
Oh no, I don't watch them.
Uh,
New Jersey sister-in-law, Teresa's sister-in-law.
you know who Teresa is, though, don't you?
I know Teresa.
See what I'm saying? Boom. Anyway,
I know Teresa and Danielle.
one for the good guys. Exactly. You know, the people who matter.
Mm, that was shady, but I'll
One
allow
for the
it.
good guys. Um, all right, you guys. In Potomac, hell is frozen over because Wendy Osefo had a birthday party. Everybody was there, including Giselle Bryant. And this is what happened at the birthday party. By the way, before I play this, I just want to say I busted out laughing because when we played that audio footage of Kenya Moore, Sean, who is like on the streets, like if we're talking about Giselle streets of Potomac, Sean is running them streets with Mama Joyce. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because Sean be doing all the tea. And I guess Sean didn't know that one because she's talking about, ooh, we got you good, didn't we, girl? I know that's right. What the hell? What the hell? Asia.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
What the hell?
Yeah, she touched her now. That's crazy.
Aren't you excited that they finally made amends, I guess?
You know what? No, because I don't want to see this right now. I would rather have watched it on the show. I don't want to see none of this.
Yeah, I really wish this didn't come out. I really do.
Uh, I just I want them to move forward, especially with Candace and what's the other lady, the green eyed lady, whoever.
Robin.
Robin.
Yeah, with woo, with them gone, it's gonna create a better dynamic. So thank God for that. I just don't want to see it now. Like I'd rather have more context of how they made up before I decide to watch. I feel like right now, for all we know, the green eye, what's her Lord Giselle is just being fake or phony to keep her job, and she doesn't really like Wendy.
Well,
And
she got second chair.
but I just sure this is great.
Chad.
It's just very fake and phony.
Thank you.
Um, you know, it's good for the show because of how dark it had gotten. Um, and I never really thought that Giselle and Wendy should have had a problem as bad as they did. Because I recently rewatched the season when they fell out, and it was never that deep. So I never thought that they couldn't get back on the right track, but I do think that having Candace and Robin there made it more difficult for them to get back on the right track. Um, but a part of me feels like Giselle never really went. Well, Giselle was pretty nasty with Wendy, but she never really got like gutter butt with Wendy. Like not she didn't get like gutter butt like how Kenya Moore would have gotten gutter butt. It was very just I don't like Wendy, you know. But it was still some type of respect there in a sense, and I think that that's why it was a little bit easier for them to, you know, because even with the this is my first time actually watching the video. I kept seeing the clip, but I actually watched it with the audio. You
It was
can
still
tell
up.
that it was that, but it also was Wendy gave her a oh, like it was that before she went over and actually hugged her.
It's
So
true.
to me, it read that even before this, they had gotten that cool already because for Giselle to even be there, it's like they might have already had the made up moment before, but she was just surprised that Giselle came to the party. Um, so it's gonna be interesting to watch. Which I really wish we hadn't seen it, but I mean it is what it is now. But I don't know. Bravo might need to step up their like I don't know what it's even called, but they might need to step up their
They need to have their
hey,
producers in the field, like their producers. When I used to go to those events, or when I used to do Married to Medicine, they would like. First of all, you need to sign. You have to sign a release form or whatever you're gonna do it right and do it right. But they tell you not to use the phone, and they would literally have people like making sure you weren't using your phone recording the footage. You know what I mean?
yeah, they
So
need to do
they need
something
to get
about
back on
that.
that. Yeah. Um, I honestly feel like it's because she got second chair, and while she wasn't like gutter butt with Wendy, I do think that she was very meticulous, and she slow dragged her. You know what I'm saying? And she had every cuss word that Wendy gave her on that group trip. She deserved it because the thing is, right? You play ignorant by saying, are you trying to escape accountability for your actions by saying we put it out there, we had the discussion because it's out there. However, it's out there, but we don't believe it. You still brought it on camera. Nobody else brought it up. You brought it to the show.
All right.
So there is a lot. You need to be accountable for introducing that narrative and that storyline because we literally were not going to talk about that at all. And not only that, you introduced it as the reason to justify why you felt that she got a BBL, and you thought she got the BBL to save her marriage. And they was on
Hmm.
her ass about that at the beginning of the season, and she was letting them have it about that. And then that came out, and they had brought that out too, right? When at the same time, it was a lot of rumors about Wendy because she was new to the show. Unfortunately, the Osu rumor that got brought up this season, that was out during season 5 and 6. Nobody brought that up. You know what I mean? So they picked and choose what they wanted to do to validate what they did and do something that Robin and Giselle have always consistently done, which is pick on everyone else's relationships to deflect from their own. because
Facts.
they have plenty of rumors out about them, and nobody really brings it up on camera until they absolutely have to get them up off of them.
Right.
So I feel like she deserved that. With that being said, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and open the phone lines. Y'all got 30 seconds if you're gonna call, and 10 seconds if you're gonna speak. Now you got 30 seconds though, for real, because we're ready to go. But yeah, while we're doing that and waiting for people to call in, make sure that you guys continue to like, comment, and subscribe. We've had about 60 people in here tonight on a Monday night for our first time, and so that is wonderful. That's way more people than I thought. So that means that we're doing something right. They like y'all. Ain't that something?
They like that. They like this dark skin.
Yeah. Oh, it is a lot of chocolate up here tonight, isn't it? Get into it. Get into it. I wanted to ask y'all a question while I'm trying to figure out how to get these colors up here because I guess I done forgot the last 2 days how to drop this link. Oh, okay, there we go. Um, okay, no, maybe not. So the Bad Boys movie came out over the weekend, and people are saying that it's a comeback for Will Smith, and I guess that they thought that he was canceled because of that slap, or they were canceling him because of the slap. And I guess they got a rude awakening from whoever went to go see this movie because it's grossed um, over $100 million globally, which is way more than anyone expected, and it adds another $100 million box office to Will Smith and his long lineage of films. The phone lines are open if you want to call in. Um, so what do you guys think about that slant on things? And then what I've also been noticing in that slant is that Martin Lawrence has been missing completely from it. Is this a story as far as anything at all? Or do they seriously underestimate the loyalty of a black audience? Because you could be you could be R. Kelly and people will listen to you.
I think
Uh,
with I think it's a few different factors to the entire thing on both sides, in a sense. Um, I think when it came to Bad Boys, I feel like the franchise is such a big deal, as a franchise. I think that regardless, the movie was going to do well, regardless, because of the franchise, not necessarily because of Will, but because of the entire franchise together. With just what it all, how it's developed over the years and how people loved it. So I think that regardless, the film was going to do well. I think that I don't want to call this a comeback because I do think that Will Smith has had his fair share of box office bombs. And I do think that he has the potential to have another box office bomb. So I don't want to call this a comeback. I think that the franchise is going to do well regardless. I do think that, I am very happy that this was the first, because I think he did another film after the slap. I'm just not sure. But I
he
do think
did.
that this is great that it happened not too long after the slap, because it just continues to keep him in everybody's minds and mouths, and this is where we are, and Will Smith is still Will Smith. But I never thought that the film was going to bomb regardless of what. I never thought that. I'm actually shocked that people thought that Bad Boys was going to bomb. It's almost like if James Cameron did Avatar, and let's say Zoe Saldana had, a bunch of allegations going on or whatever the case may be, Avatar is still gonna do well. It's Avatar.
Right. Exactly. And I'll be honest with you. I don't, it's not a controversial take, but don't keep my wife's name out your mouth. And so if you do it again, I'm gonna slap you next.
And that's another mentality that a lot of black people have. You watch your mouth.
Oh Lord Jesus. Thanks a lot, Chad.
That's just what it is. You watch your mouth and you say certain stuff to get slapped or whatever. That's what it is. We just got to talk about Portia and Kenya. A lot of
Oh
people felt
shit.
that Portia was justified. With me being I at one point I couldn't stand Portia, but with me loving Kenya more, I also said she should have gotten dragged the way she did. You cannot go around doing that. You just can't. And I will always be for somebody saying enough is enough.
And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I At that time I was definitely Team Kenya. I didn't like Portia either back then. And you know what it was that changed my mind and made me be like, okay, you need to be like live a reality chase. Monique dragging Candace.
That was another one. Couldn't stand Candace at
Because I
all.
felt like Candace is. Mm,
I,
let me not
I
say that. Let me not
say
myself.
it, or I'll say it.
You say
She still deserved it.
it.
She still deserved it.
So I couldn't say
And
that and then be like, I'm mad at her for
mind you,
dragging Kenya.
I love Candace now. It's taken Monique getting off of the show and me seeing Candace mature, and I've grown with her. I love Candace now, but I would, even if I was to ever be around her, I still think you deserve what you got.
She deserved it. Oh Lord Jesus, I'm gonna edit that out. Asia, I know you sitting up there and heard all of this. Give it to me, mama.
You on your camera on? I mean your mic off.
I don't think I might call.
Nah, it's
Almost.
not.
I don't care about the Monique and Candace thing. But what I will say about Will Smith is it goes back to that. Like, people don't play about their wives and their daughters and stuff like that. Like, forget the same sex battles, whatever. But when you talk about a woman that a man chose or a woman that a man has raised, like, they don't play about people they pick and choose to have. And so Will Smith, I know that whether Jada like him or not, because she don't even like him for real, allegedly. But that's who he picked. Like, you're not about to sit up here and talk about the person I picked in my face on national TV in front of everybody and think that that's okay. So that's where I'm not saying it's justified to like walk up on somebody and slap them. It made sense. It just made sense. I've never canceled Will Smith. I watched all his stuff because even though he wasn't in Bel Air, he had a whole nother season or two of Bel Air come out that people watched and supported that did really good on Peacock.
It was good.
On top of, he's Will Smith. Like, if it took them that long to cancel R. Kelly for allegedly doing what he did with little girls, a slap ain't gonna stop people from supporting Will Smith. Like, we love him. He rapped without cussing, and he knows how to operate a camera and a gun and be the actor at the same time. Like, he's so talented that we just like him. Everybody big Unc at this point. Like, he's the new Uncle Phil. We are not turning
That's
against
crazy.
the new Uncle Phil. We're just not. And over somebody who lets their white friend call them the N-word on national TV, yeah, we're not choosing him. We're not advocating for him. And to be honest, I think we all would want to go slap him because of the things that he does. And like, to me, somebody like Chris Rock, whether he meant it or not, like, he's dangerous to our type of people because he allows the other people to disrespect him and laugh it off and think it's okay. So then you have other people, it encourages other people to do the same, and it puts us in dangerous situations sometimes. And that's like going off on a bar off soapbox, but I'm just a girl, so I think about those kind of things. So no, I'm happy that Will Smith, one, stood up for a Black woman, and two, slapped a Black man who lets his white friends call him the N-word on TV.
I'll never be down for that. Chase with the king in the house. All right, we got a caller. And by the way, congratulations to Martin Lawrence as well.
Yes,
we ain't forgot.
congrats, Martin.
What he do?
No, I'm not doing it. Bitcoin, thank you for calling.
Hey, how are y'all?
Oh, you just sound so crystal clear. How are you?
I'm good. I came
That's a good mic.
Okay, good. I'm glad that it's working. I'm sorry, Chase. I'm glad that it's working because sometimes I can't hear it. So
okay, I was gonna say, watch your mouth.
No, I'm not trying to be shady or anything.
I know. Go ahead.
Okay.
But I came to talk about the Bad Boys. That's why I came up here. I'm doing my film stuff, so I really would love to talk about this for a second. I think because Bad Boys, it is more of a seasoned franchise. People are definitely gonna come out and support it. And I think I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of white people come out to support Black movies a lot of the times. They may not talk about it, but they're definitely there. So and I went to go see this weekend, so they were there. So I promise you, they talk a lot online, but they will be there. So everyone comes out either way, and and it really just helped that the movie was really just a good film because I enjoyed it better than the last one. But I will say though, the box office, we haven't really had a great year this year. I think the only other movie to really like do well this year was like Doom Part 2, and that is like a IP, I believe, as well, because you got the original, and then plus, it's just a bigger story. So we haven't really done that well this year. But I also think, people really did think that we were going to cancel Will Smith about the stuff that happened, and I didn't think it was a fair situation in the beginning anyway, because I felt like we kind of clowned him a lot with that entanglement stuff, and he is a Libra, and I'm a Libra too, so I kind of understand, like, how when stuff brews up, there comes a point where you kind of you can't really sit well with it, and it's just hard to.
Bitch.
Well, I wouldn't have done that, but I understand, like, when certain things come to a head, and there's just nothing you can really do much about it. And I think that's what happened for him. And and people were like really shocked about that, and which I get that, because sometimes, when some certain people show you they put out a certain thing, it's hard to kind of like see them do that. And I think that is what happened with that. But I feel bad, because I read parts of his memoir, and he talked about like abuse and stuff like that, from like his mom was abused, and he never did anything about that. And he said that like the only woman in his life that he never let down was his daughter. So I felt like that was a chance for him to like stand up for Jada. And I just can't, and I can't be mad at that, because I understand how that how that trauma could probably how that could hurt a person. So.
Well, damn. I didn't know any of that. Thank you, Colin.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We appreciate you for calling and supporting, okay?
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, Cohen.
Bye.
Cohen finna make me cry. He thought he was doing something. And Ace was just talking about she don't want him, and he up there trying to save her. With that being said, thank you for calling in, Cohen. Thank you guys for watching. Who all was in the room? Hey, Antonio. Hey, Tori B. Hey, Samuel Adams. He hates when I call him that. Hey, Samuel Adams.
I'm dead.
Hey, Sammy. Hey, everybody else in the room. Sean, TKC. Oh, TKC, by the way. In today's Love and Marriage Huntsville chat, that was me running it. So it wasn't Demetrio getting you together. It was me. TKC, everybody else, Makidra, Dream, everybody else who tuned in. I want to thank Asia and Chad for joining me on live today. I really, really, really do appreciate you guys for coming in and giving your thoughts. I love to hear what you have to say all the time. Did you have anything else you want to say before we go?
Nothing I can think of.
I do.
Yes.
Preston is a mean girl, and I love him for it.
Well, there you have it. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. Demetri, I want to thank you for a job well done. You really came. You showed up and showed out tonight, Bookie Dude. With that being said,
test shoes, because that was tragic. Thank you for whoever did that.
What happened?
Showing Contessa shoes, because I did not see that before.
Yeah, I had to add that up there because you was giving her too much of props, and we're not gonna give Contessa too much. We're not gonna do it on this platform.
Oh my God.
Sorry. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Real Housewives of New Jersey. You guys have a good evening. Thank you.
Good night.
Peace.